have not tales of trauma or fraught identity. I simply tell what things I see, don't say I didn't warn you. This evening I'm going to give you half a dozen new ones. I try and do a couple of new ones every time. I've been quite busy recently, so here we go. Thank you for joining me in my sandbox. The first one is a true story, and I wrote this as a catharsis to help me come to terms with the trauma of, it's self-explanatory. The key, well, it broke in the van door. The spare was 200 miles away. Made a duplicate which opened the door, but the ignition, well, it just wouldn't play. Duplicate acquired at great expense, the journey back home was begun. The front door key we had quite forgotten, oh bollocks and fucksticks and bum. Pine nuts make my tongue go funny. Without them I can't joke. But if I have a bowl of pesto, I'm quite a funny bloke. At A&E they said to me, you'd best cut back on nuts, or you'll become hysterical, no ifs or might or buts. I'm pined up to the eyeballs now. I roasted some for tea. I cannot help it, I'm addicted, that's not so funny, see? The lesson in my ode is this: watch out what you consume. You're absolutely fine as is, and who wants a anyway? Rather improbably, if you like this, I'm performing at a salon of seduction in Ramsgate on Thursday. I kid you not, it's billed as an evening of light spanking burlesque pole dancing and me. Reading poetry, lest your fantasy runs amok. The only fruit that matters is the humble pomegranate. Not that many know of it, then neither do they than it. Even though they do not grow here, they're loved by folks with taste, but suffer far too high a ratio of waste, like Thanet. Oh, hold on, I'm thinking of butternut squash and Medway. Sometimes I like to write about love. Do you remember the way I remember the day we first met and our future was set? When I say future, I was technically correct. What I didn't expect was how brief it would be. Though I loved every minute, I think I would have been more in it if I'd known how little time we would have. When we first made sweet love, with my push and your shove, we did not realize that we would never meet again. And penultimately, they're of an age, I will not spoil it, when they've started buying things for their bathroom and their toilet from Shenzhen and Chongqing. They're at that spend point where they're done with drink and drugs, but have discovered mushrooms and strangers' endless hugs. They're of a mind to wreak revenge on who they blame, who will they find, whoever they are told to. They're of a type who do not rave nor even rage into the long dark night, but find their entertainment on broadcast TV and the West End stage. They're not like you. You cannot see that once they were true too, I fear it's what you might come to be. It's all right to hate, as long as you choose your targets wisely. I'm doing a one-man show in Herne Bay on Saturday. There's no direct connection between those two thoughts. I just thought I'd throw that one in there. So if you're free on Saturday afternoon and you want a leisurely afternoon of poetry, I've got Jamie Greer as my special guest, so there's a couple of hours of that for free in Herne Bay at Mustard on Saturday afternoon. Commercial over. So, love is in the air. The person I hate most on the planet. The person I hate most on the planet is standing in the line for one small bag, with a shoulder bag and a rucksack and the largest ever meal deal, and they're taking their time. They should be made to pay fines and surcharges and be pointed out, laughed at and mocked, and be made to sit on the outside of the plane if that child on the desk did their job. The person I hate most on the planet is also within inches of me and has a larded-R priority boarding pass and a pre-marché suitcase on wheels. I hope their case breaks and they're just made to wait, or at least get to sit next to shoulder bag and rucksack man. Then the person I hate next most is the one with the frequent flyer luggage tag. They can stick their gold-tiered diamond right up their emerald blue turquoise arse. Then the person I hate the next most is a child with an adorable smile on their face, sitting on a shitting purple trunkie. I should kick them down the aisle into space. Then there's anyone else I've not mentioned, the riffraff and peasants hoi polloi. Don't they know I'm the real frequent flyer, not some chav or her latest toy boy? True, I've hardly paid anything for this flight, let alone the true cost of environmental impact, but until they announce an entitled class, I'll just grumble and sit at the back. What do you mean I'm being denied boarding? Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy.